Have y'all ever thought about what Jesus is going to do when he sees us? And I wonder whether or not he's going to be like those grooms that we see get emotional at their weddings when their bride comes down the aisle. Like, what is Jesus going to do when he sees us, his bride, his church, finally together and standing before him? Because I think we always think about what we're going to do when we see him. Have y'all ever thought about what Jesus will do when he sees us? Because one of the things that I imagine is like when that day comes and we're standing in this big crowd and Jesus is looking at us individually, right? The intimacy of him being with us and also collectively and being like, wow, you're here. And you endured to the end. And just to imagine people who have had disabilities or have been wheelchair bound their whole life standing before Jesus. And he's like, despite everything you've been through, you kept the faith. You were faithful. You endured. You got here. People who have had physical pain, debilitating illnesses, chronic pain their whole life, standing before Jesus pain-free, and he's looking and he's like, despite everything you've been through, you kept the faith, you did not lose hope, you endured to the end. Wow. People with autism, children who have had challenges, people with mental health challenges, all of the things that we go through individually and collectively as the body of Christ, the church, and to stand before Jesus finally. And maybe that's when we will hear the well done. But just to imagine what that moment will be and whether or not we will actually get to see Jesus be emotional about us. Because I think that we think sometimes that because God is so holy and we're so not, that all of the emotion is going to be one-sided and it comes from us because we'll just have so much gratitude for God and what he did for us and Jesus and his sacrifice for us. But I wonder whether or not that love of God that we can't even comprehend will drive Jesus to be just as emotional as we are. But it is a very beautiful thought to just imagine getting to see the lover of our souls get emotional about us too.